What's going on, High Society? Welcome back to another 5S Draft League battle video. We got a really big one this week. Last week of the regular season. Playoff implications, division, title on the line. We got the Tuscaloosa Talonflames, currently 5-2, going up against the Reno Weezings, also 5-2. Difference between these two teams is Reno is up by 2 differential points. But anyone who wins this, they're going to walk away with a Southern Division title and one of those coveted top 4 seeds. The loser might drop out of the bye week even. So it'll be interesting to see here. So Tuscaloosa is bringing GMAX Lapras, Dracovish, Talonflame, Indeedee, Vikavolt, and Tsareena. Same team they brought last week. And Reno's bringing GMAX Alcremie, Toxapex, Galarian, Corsola, Drapion, Falinks, and Obstagoon. So no Pukamuku, who won the MVP from last week. Let's see what happens here. So we got a Talonflame versus Corsola lead. Alright, Talonflame going for the early taunt. Always good against Corsola. Corsola now not able to get up those rocks. So great turn 1 for Tuscaloosa. Now, a little bit of a spoiler, but going into this game, I told both teams, I see this game going long. We got to play quick. We all know that 20-minute timer. Curse body goes off, but U-turn don't matter. Get out of here, Talonflame. See you later. So we see here an interesting set from on the GMAX Lapras. We got Parish Song, Whirlpool. Now, there's a few things that we'll get to about that, however. So let's see, what does Tuscaloosa want to do here? I think Indeedee might have also been a pretty safe pick here. Because the only attacking move, Corsola usually has Nightshade, so it wouldn't affect you. And then from there, you can try and get some chip off or predict like a switch into one of the dark types. So we see there the Nightshade. Now, Lapras is going for the Whirlpool. Now, interesting thing is ghost types aren't affected by trapping moves, such as Whirlpool, Fire Spin, etc. Don't know if Reno or Tuscaloosa knew that, but something to keep in mind for future games. So, okay, here we go. So the Whirlpool comes out. Looks like Corsola's staying in, so that'll mean another Nightshade. Critical hit on the Whirlpool. Don't think it really matters, but always nice. Nightshade takes another 50 out. Lapras is at a pretty good HP there, though. It's going to take 5 of those Nightshades to take it out. Let's see, what does he want to go for here? Looks like he's going for the max into Resonance. So, pretty good start off for Tuscaloosa. You know, taunting the Corsola, preventing that. And Corsola still hasn't been switched out, so now we'll be able to get some screens up. And Gigantamax basically cuts that Nightshade in half. It's always nice. Big damage on Corsola. I wonder if we'll see it swap out on this next one then. Not wanting to take another hit. Alright, gets off the Stealth Rock here. Whirlpool does a little bit more chip. So let's see what Corsola wants to do here. Gonna want to swap out. I mean, it got rocks up, so maybe Dave, head coach of Reno, is thinking that's enough, and looks like it is. So down goes Corsola from that well, not GMAX, but from that Max Geyser. First KO of the game. Tuscaloosa already able to take out one of Reno's main walls. They didn't bring as much of a Wally team as they did last week against Minnesota, but we do still see Toxapex there, which we could see come out here. I think it's probably going to be either Toxapex or an Alcremie. I don't think anything else can like survive a resonance hit. Let's see. Yep, here comes Alcremie, the bunt cake. Should be a pretty straightforward resonance again, I believe. Alright, here comes the GMAX. Alcremie pretty specially defensive, so I wonder how much this will do. We saw the weakness policy on the Lapras, which doesn't look like it's going to get proc. He didn't try to go for like a Falinks, or even like an Obstagoon might have like a close combat. Lapras out speed, how much will this do? Yeah, not a lot. And with Finale, Alcreme's going to be able to absorb some more of that, but that also didn't do a lot. So I mean, maybe these GMAX are just going to kind of like stall each other out here. See leftovers on the bunt cake. Alright, Lapras goes down. Going for that Perish song, which is very cool. Would have been interesting if, ooh, big damage there. Would have been interesting if the, Lapras had been able to get that off right at the start of the GMAX. Whirlpool, another critical hit. Geez, Whirlpool getting all the crits. So, unfortunately also with Whirlpool and Trapping Effect, a link to the Pokemon that uses them. So since Lapras now dies to GMAX Alcremie, that trapping won't be in effect. So Alcremie's going to be able to escape this Parasol. But I thought it was an interesting set for Tuscaloosa to bring a trapping Lapras. Kind of shows off a couple other things that, you know, Tuscaloosa could do here in future games. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to put these ideas in your opponent's mind, especially going into playoffs. Alright, so Alcremie goes down, so we see Lapras was able to take out Corsola, and Alcremie was able to take out Lapras. Probably, I don't know who wins that exchange. Lapras might even win that exchange. Dabbling Gleam comes out, that won't do a lot to Talonflame, but unfortunately the rocks were still up, so kind of like a missed opportunity there. Funkcake will not get taunted, however, and he's gonna have to swap out on this next turn. Alright, looks like Talonflame going for the U-turn. Yep, so Bunt's gonna swap out. Here comes Toxapex. Talonflame will be able to get out of there pretty effectively. So Tsareena comes out, it's got the boots on, so it'll be able to rapid spin away. I wonder if Toxapex might have Baneful Bunker here, so maybe it was worth taunting the first turn. Okay, he swaps out, so that's actually good for Tuscaloosa. Out into Obstagoon. Interesting. He's gonna get the speed raise from the rapid spin and get rid of those rocks, which will really help the team. Flame Orb is up. No high jump kick on this Tsareena, which would really help. Oh, he swaps back out again, so a lot of switching in and out. How much will this Power Whip do to the Toxapex? Toxapex is very physically defensive. Does over half, though. Oh, with a crit. Well, maybe not. Interesting. Why swap out and then swap back in? I'd be interested to know Reno's thought on that. So, okay, so we see the Baneful Bunker. That'll block the taunt, but another taunt could come out here. Oh no, it looks like he's going for another Power Whip, so that ain't bad either. I mean, depends, right? Can you get another crit? I don't know about that. We'll see what Toxapex has here. Usually Toxapex's only attacking move is Scald, so he might just go for that, predicting the taunt. He doesn't power. Let's see. Yeah, Toxapex should be able to survive one more of those. Okay, here comes the Venoshock. Interesting. Doesn't do a lot, though, against Tsareena. Toxapex might not live another one of these Power Whips. Okay, he goes for the Baneful, though, so Tsareena's good not to go for that Power Whip, but now I wonder if Toxapex is out of Power Whip range with another turn of recovery. This has been one of, like, Tuscaloosa's kind of weak points. They don't have a lot of utility in their team. Oh, he goes for Taunt again. Interesting. Interesting, so I wonder, another Power Whip, it probably wouldn't have KO'd. I don't think so. Okay, he swaps out anyway, so what's he going into? He's gonna get taunted here. Alright, so I mean, if he has like a Swords Dance or something, he won't be able to do that. Or Toxic Spikes. Looks like Vikavolt will be the answer here. I wouldn't even have minded sacking off Tsareena. I think Vikavolt is too important against the Toxapex here. Let's see though. Poison Jab. Nice damage on the Vikavolt. And the poison. That's going to take Vikavolt down to half. Yeah, less than half. Wow. Let's see, so will Vikavolt be able to survive? Going for the Bug Buzz. Got Life Orb, Poison Jab. Will this be enough to KO? Oh, Vikavolt just hangs on. Bug Buzz. This should be some good damage. By good damage, I mean it just clean KOs. That's crazy. But Vikavolt also gets knocked out due to a Life Orb. So that really hurts against this Toxapex, because that's like your best super effective. You still have the Indeedee, but you need to clear out that Obstagoon before you can do that. Okay, Tsareena comes back out. What do? You go for Taunt. Try to prevent the no retreat. Oh, he was faster anyway, so he could have gotten the no retreat off. Would have been interesting. Tsareena is able to survive. here. Having that Obstagoon in the back is really hurting the Indeedee here. Rock Slide, interesting. Interesting going for Rock Slide over the another close combat just because of the chance to miss. So Tsareena goes down. Now Tuscaloosa is really falling behind here. Talonflame comes back out. Going for the Brave Bird, super effective damage. This will do a lot. -1 defense, so this should OHKO. Oh, but we see Sash on the Falinks. We dem boys. Let's see what it goes for here. Goes for the Rock Slide. That's what I was saying. Not able to get it. Talonflame's going to get a free U-turn off here. Falinks goes down. And this Obstagoon is so freaking scary back here. Like, Indeedee wants to do so much against this team, but just can't. What does he want to go for here? Dracovish if you think it's going to be the Obstagoon, and Indeedee if you think it's going to be the Toxapex. And being able to really shut down these moves here, really helping Reno out. What would you guys be doing in this position? You know, I feel like Tuscaloosa has the pieces, but it's just so hard to pick it. Okay, so the Obstagoon comes out, so that's not very good for Indeedee. Oh, it's going for the Hyper Voice. Will this be enough? Will this pick up the KO? Oh, just barely hangs on. And this knockoff is going to take out Indeedee. Wow. That's just unfortunate. And the burn doesn't even take him out. I mean, you can go back out to Talonflame and U-turn again. And then you're really kind of locked into Psychic Fang. Alright, Talonflame goes for the U-turn. Alright, so that takes down Obstagoon. Dracovish is going to come out, so we can expect the Toxapex. This is an interesting endgame, right? Because... So what? Toxapex is going to Baneful here. Assuming it's Toxapex. Baneful, Poison on the Dracovish because of the Baneful. Then you go Psychic Fangs. You can probably like Venoshock between that, or you can try to just keep spamming Recover. Venoshock will do a lot of damage. Oh, you want to swap right back out into Talonflame? Interesting. So he goes back down to Talonflame here. We saw a 2-minute timer coming up, so Baneful. So this doesn't really like change anything though. I almost wonder. Okay, he goes for the taunt. But the Baneful goes off this time because there was an attack the first time. Does he do the taunt again? There's not a lot of time left in this match. I think this is going to end up going to time. Okay, he goes for U-turn. Yeah, I don't think he gained anything from this. 60 seconds. This Dracovish is going to have to get a crit. A crit. Swap out into Talonflame, come back in, Fisher's Friend. Like, okay, Venoshock comes out. We see the clock ticking down. Nintendo! Game Freak! Give us, like, let us have the chess timer at least for Wi-Fi battles. Like, come on. Okay, Psychic Banks comes out. How much will this do? That did very good damage. Looks like Toxapex is out for blood here, but it's going to be able to Baneful again. Yeah, so this is going to end up going to time, which is really unfortunate. So, based on the current... So, our rule set is if a game goes to time, you do your best to recreate where it was when it went to time, and then just continue playing it out. I mean, could you have gone to this point? Maybe. Maybe. But the teams decided that they weren't going to be able to get to this point of the match. So what we have to do now is go into a 4v4 sudden death tiebreaker. So with no Dynamaxes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hide all of these. Alright, so those are the 4 that Tuscaloosa is bringing. And these are the 4 that Reno is bringing here. So for KOs and everything, we're going to just keep the original game. But for the win-loss and differential, it's going to go off of this game. So you see here, both dark types. So Indeedee's going to have a lot of trouble here again. No Tailwind on this Talonflame, so Dracovish isn't going to really be able to outspeed these Drapion and Obstagoon here. Like, Talonflame's going to have to do a lot of work here. Vikavolt's going to have to be able to get off some kills, I think. Alright, so it looks like Reno's locked in. Again, these are the 4 that they brought. Alright, so no Dynamaxing. See what the leads are. Okay, he leads off with the Falinks into the Talonflame. So now, I would like a taunt here, because I feel like if you're leading with Falinks, you're definitely going for a no retreat, but he opts for the U-turn. Knowing that there's the Rock Slide possibility as well. I mean, Dracovish is your only thing that can take like a Rock Slide halfway decent. That's what they went for. But we see the no retreat. So again, I think if you're leading Falinks, it's a pretty glaring no retreat play. So Dracovish now isn't going to be able to outspeed. I mean, you could still go for the Psychic Fangs and try and get the KO. You know, but I don't think it would survive a close combat here. I almost would have liked to have swapped in Indeedee. I mean, knowing what we know, right? But how could we? Like, Vikavolt is so good against a lot of his team. Close combat comes out. Vikavolt survives this pretty well. So it's going to really come down to a Rock Slide miss here on the Vikavolt. If Tuscaloosa wants to stay even for this game. Here comes the Rock Slide. Nope. Reno's able to connect on that, so down goes Vikavolt. Reno gets the first knockout here in the sudden death. Talonflame comes out. So Gale Wings priority Brave Bird. And with the close combat, we're back to even defenses. So this should pick up the knockout on the Falinks, as we see there. So recoil on Talonflame though. Looks like it takes about 20-25% there. Now, what does he go for here? Is he going Obstagoon? Is he going Drapion? Again, from Tuscaloosa's perspective, they don't really know what he has yet. And Reno knows 3 out of the 4 Pokemon, so he has a lot more information here. Alright, there's Drapion. Now, we didn't know what item Drapion was because the Vikavolt O-code it, but we're about to find out. It's Choice Scarf, which is very unfortunate for Talonflame. Talonflame goes down to Rock Slide. Reno, the R in Reno stands for Rock Slide. So there's not much Tuscaloosa can do here against the Scarf. Of course, the one week he doesn't bring Tailwind, Talonflame, it kind of backfires on him, but Tom was still good. Alright, so the Rock Slide misses, which is fortunate for Dracovish. The second one connects. Can Reno get a flinch here? Nope, no flinch, so the Vicious Rend will pick up the KO on Drapion. But we see here, Obstagoon outspeeds Dracovish now. Corsola basically walls it. Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp. The Obstagoon comes out. So Tuscaloosa just kind of resigned to clicking Vicious Rend here. Obstruct comes out. That's going to drop Dracovish's defense stat. Like, Guts now too. Like, I don't think you survive. Yeah, this Facade is going to do a lot. Takes out Dracovish. So now it's just Indeedee left. We already know that Indeedee's damage roll, it couldn't knock out the Obstagoon from an even more favorable position in the last game, so we're looking for a crit here. Hyper Voice. Doesn't get the crit. Knockoff, we already know this roll. Indeedee goes down. So, Reno is going to get that win. They're going to get the 2 differential points here for Corsola and Obstagoon in the sudden death. And that's going to secure them the 4th seed. And yeah, we'll have to see where Tuscaloosa falls down. Very unfortunate that they had to have that forfeit loss a couple of weeks ago. That really took away, like they were a top 3 team all season. That really took that away. But be interested to see how they do in the playoffs. And of course, Reno's really proven that they're a top team in the league the last few weeks. So guys, let me know down below what you thought of the match. Is there a way you think the first match could have been recreated efficiently to finish that out? What do you think of the whole clock situation with Game Freak? Why can't they implement something? Like, this is the first time that ever happened. Even on the DS, you didn't have like clock issues like this. But anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, stay classy.